sweet dog. Oh, I have to get one now too.
Accidentally ran over a pre-existing tag, but it only been in existence for what, like 3 days before our challenge went live?
Surprisingly, just a couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah, we also it is kind of the hashtag I saw the content that they post, and it kind of fits as well. But also not.
Mm-hmm.
They the urban prehistory hashtag they post stuff like Paleolithic and Neolithic artifacts in urban areas or something like that. But sometimes it's also like, okay, this is a street corner. What exactly I'm looking at? So. Okay, checking out Twitch if everything runs. That seems to be the case. Good.
Yep.
I think we wait for a second so people can join in. And then we start this stuff. Reactions.
Oh boy.
How many servers are you in, Joshua?
I mean, it's minimal compared to what Cal apparently has. What did he say last time? Something like 80? Oh wait, he's here. Ooh. Unmute time. Oh wait, no, he muted himself. Yeah, it's not that many. I mean, I'm only active in just a few of them. Most of them is just to get the notifications for updates, like Prehistoric Kingdom.
Yeah.
Rick, I will not close some tabs. These are all necessary.
Total opposite. I tend to have like 0 tabs open at any given time. I just leave bookmarks on stuff I need.
Nah, well, yeah, I know this from my mom as well. She also has. I think it lays in the family. Way too many tabs.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. I think we can start now. Okay, jumping over to PureRef. Oops. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to this showcase for the Urban Prehistory Challenge. We are here today not to judge people, but to discuss and showcase their work, because we have a lot of pieces. Let me zoom out a little. 60 of them. And there are many incredible ideas in here that I think are worthwhile to discuss. I am joined by Le Fracas from the council who organized this challenge, as well as Grace.
Hello.
And special guest with us is Brian from the NeoJurassic Podcast.
Hello, everybody. It is such a pleasure to be here with y'all.
Nice. There is that podcast voice. Okay, let us start with this little piece here that was, or maybe a little bit on the challenge in general. It became known online under the hashtag Urban Prehistory, and it is loosely defined as dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals in the 21st century, if possible, in an urban environment, and showing them in interactions with modern day technology, humans, other animals, and modern day hazards. Inspired by invasive species, or how animals in general adjust to human environments. And we see here a good first example by Yellow Panda, who did I think it's Scutellosaurus.
Yes. In the description it says Scutellosaurus.
Yes.
Yep.
Running alongside a road. Maybe a future roadkill.
Yeah, that looks like an animal definitely predestined for roadkill right there, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, small, skittish.
Yeah.
Probably likes to be active at dawn and
dusk.
Yeah.
Perfect commuting times.
Indeed.
Definitely gonna take out a tire with it though.
Yes. Especially with
What
the
is that
tail.
I really like the lighting on this. It integrates the lighting of the picture, the photo, so beautifully.
Yeah.
I could not agree more. It looks like a photograph. It's so well integrated.
Yeah. I mean, the base image is a photograph. And then it's
But there's a fidelity to the representation of the animal and context of it. It blends very well.
Yeah. Also with the lighting here on the tail and everything.
Oh yeah.
That really adds something to it. It's something you could really imagine jogging in the morning alongside the road, and suddenly, whoop, little Scutellosaurus crosses the road.
I have seen so many photos of roadrunners in this sort of context and body position.
Yes.
So it reads as very, very honest and true.
Yeah, yeah. Also, it's probably one of our least sensational pieces, and yet it has so much atmosphere. So, really, really liking this one.
Yeah, it's absolutely one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah. Carrying on to this piece by Science Skink of a Miragaia raiding a flower shop.
So this was one of our earliest entries into the event, and
Yeah, I think the second one.
I love it. It's so cute.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there was a specific inspiration for this. Maybe elephants in Africa going into villages and safari lodges looking for food. But I could really well imagine Miragaia being just so arrogant with all its spines to just walk into a busy town and go after the vegetation there.
It looks like it's heading for like an exotic plant store, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
It looks like it's about to ruin someone's business.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Which
You
I
see
love,
some-
honestly.
Some monstera here in the background and bonsais.
Sansevieria, some type
Oh,
of
yeah.
like birds of paradise.
Oh,
I mean, if something
God.
that big and that covered in spikes decides it wants to munch on your garden, what are you going to do? Are you actually going to chase it with a broom, or are you just going to let it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be too dissimilar to a moose walking in your backyard, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it reads as like a deer or an elk, something like a more confident version of one of those.
Absolutely. Such a small brain, such a dick move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does seem more of a deer thing than a moose thing.
Yeah. Also interesting because this looks like ivy,
smarter.
kind of. So, and would be interesting. Actually, I don't think we have anything in that direction, but I would have liked to see somebody showing the aftermath of something like this, where dinosaur is ill because of eating the wrong plants or is shitting a lot and
yeah.
Poison ivy.
Oh.
I mean classic Jurassic Park theme actually.
Yeah, West Indian lilac berries.
Yeah.
Fracas, you just mentioned something that sounds awful.
I didn't
Poison
hear
ivy.
it. Do I want to hear
Eating
it?
Poison ivy. Ugh.
Yeah. Oof.
Next is by Takeshi. Here showing I think a Shantungosaurus with a little abelisaurid. I think it's I'm not sure. I think Alcosaurus. Some Pterosaur in the foreground, large sauropod in the background, and here using for what might be a camping trip or just your regular migration. I mean, this could be somewhere in Asia with some nomads crossing the
Yeah, I'm
steppe.
I'm trying to interpret what this culture is here.
Yeah.
It's very curious to me. I see symbols of it being potentially like East Asian, potentially Latin American. It's and the context of what activity is happening here is unclear to me.
So
Yeah.
I don't see anything on the entry itself except for a caption, which is, "You want to know how my parents got to school?"
Oh,
Yeah.
So it does also kind of line up with some of the Dinotopia ideas that were floating around as well. Since it's
Oh,
a bit
yeah.
more, it's less specific as to the time and the place.
Yeah.
what do you suppose are in those satchels attached to the Shantungosaurus's back? Like what is that? You know?
Are we assuming that this is an East Asian commute to school?
That's what the implication would suggest. So, given
yeah.
that context, I'm
Could be
really
dry
not
goods.
sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably
Yeah.
not school materials.
Right?
Depends
Yeah.
also if the context could also be a little bit more rural as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
having the parents drop trade off before school.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's two birds, one stone situation on a Monday morning.
Yeah, bringing
Yeah.
your yield of rice to the market
Yeah.
and child
When
with
you're
you.
doing something like that, you generally don't have the time to just do one thing.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah,
Yeah. I like that.
yeah. I wish they had included a little bit more urban area, but oh well.
It's cute.
Yeah, we
very
try
cute.
to push people into including architecture or something because that's something
Yeah.
we paleo artists like to avoid, these straight edges and everything.
Of course. Yeah.
Mhm. The next time we run it, we'll definitely have to mandate architecture.
Yes. Yes. This one is you have to look a little bit for it. In this piece you see some Titanus raiding some garbage apparently.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. See something down here,
Yeah,
something is moving here in the darkness. There's a beak coming up. I have a little bit difficulty grasping the depths of the piece. But yeah, this is certainly an
It's
idea that
abstracted
came
or
up
no?
a few times. Yeah, I think it's a rat or an opossum that is about to be.
Yeah, there's something in the
Eaten.
background.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the lighting on the photograph isn't the best.
Yeah. Animals raiding the garbage will become a recurring theme on this.
Yes.
And
Sure.
I'm kind of delighted about that.
Yeah.
Certainly more
of
interesting
good
than velociraptors killing all the pets in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did have
Next.
a lot of good what's it called? A lot of good reference photos.
Oh
that
yeah,
as
yeah. We
Yeah.
posted a lot of inspirational stuff. We even watched a documentary together on animals
Oh.
in the city.
If I draw your attention to the Twitch, we may have a bot problem.
Oh no, Fang, strike it.
The thing is here.
Well, just I will let it be for now.
No.
Let it vibe until it gets smited. Next piece is by Sky. Another photo montage here, or photo with inserted 2D art. The backside of the American Museum of Natural History, with some local hadrosaur walking by. Just vibing. I'm not sure
Yeah,
how
this one's a really interesting piece to me because
oh yeah,
being
true.
around New York a lot, how that hadrosaur got in there would
That's a
need
good
a
question.
lot of explaining from the people who end up containing it.
Yeah.
So the
My guess
Natural
is-
History Museum is like directly off of Central Park, and there's a zoo there, but they don't have anything bigger than like a bear.
Yeah. Polar bear.
Yeah. I mean,
My guess is that it came from the park. It had to have come from the zoo. There's no other explanation.
yeah. Or exotic
some sort
pet
of
trade.
You know,
Oh, yeah, that trade.
I did bring up that one reference photo of camels being taken through Manhattan.
Oh, so it might have escaped from a parade.
Yeah. or a movie shoot.
I don't think these things were smart enough to learn how to take the subway the way that some dogs do.
Yeah, I don't
Subway's
think
not
so.
big enough for them.
No.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, Hadrosaurus
those
isn't the
tubes.
largest hadrosaur, but it's
But yeah,
it's
with
not
how
no small
claustrophobic
animal.
the subway is, there's no way a hadrosaur is fitting in the car.
It's so bright and austere inside, like it would be a nightmare for any prey animal, I would imagine.
a little
Yeah.
neurognathid.
Yeah. We have two pieces with sculptures. This is the first one. Both Pterosaur pieces, interestingly. This one by Angurius Fan, with a little aneurognathid sitting on railing in a local high school, I was told.
Indeed. Yeah, Anguirus Fan had a lot of really good shots for this one, but I liked this composition the best.
Yeah.
As if you were walking down one of those corridors and it just landed on the bar next to you.
Begging for crumbs.
What's the material? Do we know the material that it's made out of? It looks like some type of clay or like Play-Doh or something.
Pretty sure polymer clay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. I can't remember. I think he also posted some making a work in progress pieces, photos.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cool.
very nice
Yeah,
stuff.
really glad to see the sculpture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Next one by Narwhaler. A classic. When we were discussing the potential images for this was, I think, one of the first ideas that came up. And funnily enough, it was one of the last pieces that were submitted. It's so obvious, and yet, we thankfully got a Purosaurus trying to interrupt a golf play. Or maybe it tries to play as well.
I do really appreciate this because as people that are on the internet with interest in reptiles, I'm sure we all get that like weekly news article about some huge alligator on a golf course that makes some local news that is then pushed on everyone, and everyone's commenting on the giant dinosaur, and it happens every week. So it's kind of nice to see that sort of meme reappropriated and given, an actual prehistoric context is refreshing.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I think we have some similar pieces later that play into this whole media craze about animals.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting. Next one, a little bit more calm or calming, by James Ryan-Navis, having an Paleozoic aquarium here. Very classic. Sujet, you might say. Notice a little Tully monstrum.
I look at something like this and just wonder, man, why couldn't the placoderm stick around?
Yep.
I've always wanted to do something like this, like an aquarium of little Paleozoic fishes.
James, why are you talking? You are not on the council.
I have.
There you go.
Oh! You've given too many people the right to speak.
I apparently have. But thank you for your input anyway.
So, do we know? I am not particularly familiar with ancient fishes. Are these all from more or less the same formation and time period, or is this like a broad grab bag of ancient fishes that's going on in here?
I know Tully monstrum and this long-snooted shark here lived certainly together. Oh yeah, and we have conodons from there as well. I'm not sure about the rest. James, are they from the same formation?
Yeah, the fish are a little bit too old for my area of expertise, unfortunately. So.
Unfortunately, I don't know
Okay.
anything about fish.
It's a mix of Devonian and Carboniferous.
Cool.
Okay, I think here's a rose end, and so we go down to Judinaire. Not quite sure how to pronounce it, but we are introduced.
I love this one.
To a bizarre scene with a
Are those little
Gorgonopsian?
Yeah, are those little microraptors perched on that bench back there? Like, what are those little guys? Just
I
some.
believe so, because
Yeah,
the only other thing that read to me would be grackles, and
yeah,
Yeah,
grackles don't have wing claws, as far as I know.
yeah.
yeah, or tails that long, even.
Yeah,
really,
the
also.
tails
Yeah.
and the claws give it away. I don't think they are microraptors because they don't have these hind wings.
Totally. Yeah.
Maybe Archaeopteryx,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah.
Or Anchiornis.
And is that a Tanistropheus in the back there
Yes.
on the right? Yeah. And this is like a
Unbelievable.
Central Park scene, right?
Yep. Yep,
It's
I
like a
think
dog
so.
park.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
sauropods way in the back.
Yeah.
And
And then a little-
I think my favorite detail is the anaerogenesis here in the foreground, going into
Of
the
course.
trash.
Seagull
Oh
time.
yes. Oh yeah.
Prehistoric bin chicken.
And do you think there's like an antagonistic relationship occurring between the what is that, an Erlikosaurus or something, an Orthrinchus? What is that?
That's some Therizinosaur.
It's
Yeah.
some Pterosaur. I think it's a little bit too large for by Paleozoic.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, one of the smaller species.
And it
think
seems like it's
Erlikosaurus
maybe
is bigger.
functioning as like a goose, like the park goose, maybe, like kind of
Yeah,
aggressive and
yeah,
like
that's-
Like a pit bull.
Or a
Yeah.
swan. Yeah.
yeah.
Swan pitbull relationship, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
into
think
that.
My interpretation is that the owner of the Gorgonopsid is like, no, you're not going after this thing. It's going to mess you up.
Yeah. That's my read.
Yeah. But the Tyrannosaur is obviously trying to mess it up anyway.
Yeah. And then are those little like the Lesodromius in the back, or like some other type of?
Yeah, some sort of Astarchoid pterosaur.
Yeah.
I wouldn't identify it beyond that.
It's too vague. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the little sauropods here, just hinted in the back. It's a nice touch.
Yeah. This is a cute one. Into this one.
Yeah. Oh, next is one by Fracas.
Oh shoot!
So you get to tell us about Action Park?
I
Yeah.
Please
So
tell us
way
about
back,
Action Park.
We ended up talking about Action Park at some point, which is a quite dangerous park in my local New Jersey, that's had multiple deaths, notoriously unsafe.
Many deaths.
Very, very bad safety regulations. There's been multiple decapitated test dummies, and they still proceeded with the rides. But in here is the famed Alpine slide, in which you're on a little cart with inadequate brakes. You go down these huge, kind of like half tubes down a hill at very high speeds. And sometimes the local hadrosaurs wander onto the track because it's out in the woods.
Yep.
And
there
I
are
would
no
imagine
proper
that
fences.
happens with deer in Action Park as well, right? Is that
Yeah,
is that kind of the yeah.
I don't think there's ever been an on-track collision with an animal, but there have been many incidents, and there's little blood scrapes on part of the tubes from where unfortunate guests have
Oh yeah.
met the pipe.
Yeah, there's a great documentary about it on, I think, HBO Max for anyone
Yep.
that's interested. It's pretty fascinating.
It's
a really good
so
watch.
bizarre to me how this thing could go on for so long without anybody shutting it down.
America, United States of America.
Yeah.
America.
Here,
Freedom.
We have the freedom to die in Action Park.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
here in Texas, we have not quite the same thing, but we have Schlitterbahn, which is a water park. So imagine this, but water slides.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Ah,
Mhm.
Also not as tightly regulated as it probably should be.
yeah. Oh god, I all the images we talked about on the stream are coming back from these ridiculous rides.
Yep. All the videos. I don't think there's any video of that slide without somebody flying off of it.
Nope.
Yeah. I'm not
Okay, so-
surprised.
This was a very cute and also darkly humorous idea
Yes.
by Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel tried tried a lot of different things. I think he also did a piece of dinosaurs in the morning glory of Central Park. But ultimately he he did this one of a small unorganized leaving traces on a glass
Yeah,
window.
so have you ever seen impressions of birds after they've hit a window?
Mhm.
Same idea, but with a little anorognathid.
Yeah, I think this is especially obvious in owls because they have this fine powder on their feathers that helps them with flying silently.
Yep.
And since owls and anorognacids are often put in similar
Convergent evolution.
yeah
patterns.
in a way,
Yeah.
so I think he went for something in that direction here, and I really like it because it's just a trace
Yeah.
of something. So
It's very real and clever and cute, and I this is definitely one of my favorites for sure.
yeah, it's also so very simple made. I mean, you go in, it's just a round digital brush.
Hmm.
Very
It's just layered lines.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yep. Very nice one, Miguel. Next one, a little more humorous. A piece by Fork. If I remember correctly, Fork hates drawing humans, so instead of humans around breakdancing Ubirajara, we have here other prehistoric creatures watching.
Are these all Latin American or South American or Brazilian species that are being used here?
It might be, actually. I mean, this is Tupandactylus navigans.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This, I'm not sure. This might be Ludidactylus. Maybe Mauritia here. This could be Irritator. Maybe Caris Dracon, this one.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So what's the Spinosaurid in the foreground?
There is this unnamed Spinosaurus that was published, I think, 2 years ago, where they have only fragments, but it's apparently a large one. This might be this, or it's Oxalea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it probably was. So is this particular artist from that region of the world, or is this just like an arbitrary collection of characters, to your knowledge?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Fork, in case you are in chat, let us know. I think Fork isn't in chat.
No.
Oh, yeah. Drawing dinosaurs and philo. Yes. Ubirajara in quotes. Because the paper was...
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
it's like a metatextual joke, kind of.
you could say...
Yeah.
Ubirajara selling itself on the streets.
Uh-huh.
You could read several things into this.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. Zooming a little out. Next is by Dinodan. He wasn't able to finish it.
Oh, I love it so much, though.
Yes, but we have here a Ceratops and some Halchkaraptor going after the trash.
Again, when you have a large animal that's messing with your stuff, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. It's like moose and foxes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I love this one so much.
Yeah.
Really glad they went for the truck and the house there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Also, I hope
I
this
would
was just
I
a
would
pattern.
love to see a multi-ton ceratopsian just like push over a trash can, step on it, push all the food out, and then watch it just like munch it with like a bunch of other little house raptors. Like that would just be such a
Yes.
satisfying image to see. So this just one simple little moment is very, very gratifying to me.
I know it was referenced, but I don't think anybody made anything to that effect. But especially in Alaska and Canada, around Halloween time, moose will come by and eat jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh no, we have that.
Yeah,
We
with
do.
like a Shantungosaurus, I think, or
Yes.
Edmontosaur. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I
that
missed
will come
that.
later.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Next, we have actually a collection of images by Gaps. Here with little recording of a freshly released tapijarid, very angry ornithomimid, a little bit oversized Thalassocnus sloth in an aquarium.
Big boy.
I just noticed these are not birds; these are little pterosaurs here. Also, but oh my god, when you zoom in, there's a tiny sketch of a Thalassocnus balancing a ball on the nose.
What is that?
It's a Thalassocnus, a aquatic sloth.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they're here with dromaeosaurs and Dimorphodon
he's
here.
eating at mice.
Oh my
Yep.
god, yes! It's a mouse!
That's wonderful.
Yeah, then here markings on theropods. Graffiti on big sauropods.
That's one of my favorite ideas.
It's a fascinating idea.
Yeah. I love that idea.
I've
I mean,
no
it's
idea if
awful.
they- yeah.
But like as a storytelling idea, it's like a
Yeah.
very interesting
Yeah.
possibility.
Yeah. Oh, and this was
this-
inspired, I think, from a was it with a bear or a crocodile?
It's
This is
the
a croc.
Yeah, someone picking up baby crocodile, and you see in the background the adult approaching at rapid speed. Classic. Also, when you zoom in, this is done with a. What is this brush? Is this random numbers and letters? I think it is.
Oh my
random.
god. It really is. That really is just
What is
symbols.
this brush? Fascinating.
Oh.
So much to see here. You know, I would have even loved this more if Gaps had made this Charles Darwin. It already looks like it in a way.
Old man Darwin just tossing dead mice to.
Yeah. I mean, he loved pigeons. So
Well, yeah.
I do love that they have pigeon and geese coloration. That
Yes.
and raven, crow. Like that's really satisfying.
yeah. Yeah. It's a beautiful little compilation. Very satisfying.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Next, another trash man. And again, Ubirajara, I think, quote unquote, going after the trash here, even disappearing into the bin here
Bin.
and going into the sacks.
That one's
bags.
popping its head out. Yeah. I've seen rats, possums, and raccoons do all of this quite regularly, so it's pretty endearing to me.
It's rather rare over here, but I had never seen such bold rats before. But when I visited New York years ago, I basically nearly stepped on them.
Oh
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
everywhere.
You guys are lucky that you only had something up to raccoon size. I grew up in Alaska, and we had to worry about bears.
We get bears around Jersey too. One more towards
Yeah, lots of bears in Jersey, and then I had wild boar in Florida that were like the size of Escalades and like SUVs, and they are just absolutely terrifying and just want nothing more than to eviscerate anything in their path.
Oh
They are
god!
angry and big.
Yeah, terrifying.
Oh god! I'm so glad we don't have that over here. Okay, next a piece by the name's Nerd Loser. I think it was a Basilosaurus, just gliding by below a fishing boat.
As they say, still waters run deep.
Indeed. Oh, true. It has no waves at all.
How is the scale to the boat for a Basilosaurus? It seems I'm not super familiar with it, but it looks kind of oversized to me.
I
It's
think
very,
the
very
lens
big.
fits roughly,
It is
actually.
big, but some of these fishing boats don't necessarily get to be that big either.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
That's probably 35-foot boat right there. Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe 40-footer.
Yeah. I think the size of the animal fits roughly, just the proportions are a little bit off. The head is
Head's really big, yeah.
is very large for Basilosaurus.
Yeah, that's the big one for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Basilosaurus is famous for being a pinhead under the among the Archaeoceti. Okay, is there... there's another one. Ooh, in a similar vein by Ranchosaur, here Agirocassis swimming together with a diver in some tropical seas.
I like this
with
one
some
a lot.
boat in the background, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think this, if you could go back in time, this would certainly be on my bucket list.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like that experience is not comparable to anything at all today. Like there's nothing comparable to that.
I think even marine reptiles wouldn't give you the same feel of awe you would have with such a mega shrimp.
I'm gonna test that and say that the closest thing we might be able to experience is swimming alongside a whale shark.
Even that is like a vertebrate, and we're like so familiar with all those familiar vertebrate forms, and there's something about like a large, enormous crustacean like filter feeding organism that has no analog today outside of, again, like a whale shark or a shark, but like just the physiology and its I'm sure its cognition and the way it interacts with the world is so wildly different from other large filter feeders.
Yeah, it would be truly alien to swim with these guys.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really hope we get some more fossils of this guy in the future.
Yeah.
There must be some good stuff. Okay, next row is my piece.
I love this one.
It was very spontaneous.
Sure is healing.
Yeah, it's Leptocleides gliding through the very still channels of Venice during the pandemic, during the first lockdown, and
what are those reflected in the water?
Oh, these are some pterosaurs overhead.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And when you look closely, actually, there are little ammonites here in the water as well.
I was gonna say, when I first saw this, I didn't do a detail hunt, but after I
I didn't catch
noticing
that.
the little things, it became a detail hunt because there's not just the little ammonites off to the side, but there are also ones behind the.
Yes, there are some more here, but it's a little bit too pixelated for that. Yeah, and of course there's Raptor Jesus. This is inspired by real things that they have in Venice. There are these little shrines all over the city.
Yeah.
Alongside the channels. And did I put anything else in here in that direction? I think that was it.
There's the laundry.
Oh yeah, there's laundry.
Oh yeah.
I love this. I love your what you bring to your work always, and that sense of humor and naturalism and like an organic context. And this is definitely one of my favorites of the piece. I mean, the humor of the lady with the raptor really just brings it to another level for me.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I came up with it because the original is it's based on a photograph of these channels with a crocodile photoshopped in as a joke. Okay. And I was like, wait a second, why a crocodile? And next here was just a something a little niche with nothing in it, and so I was like, oh, what to do with that? And yeah,
you found what to do with that.
Little Madonna with a raptor.
Love it.
Carrying on to Triloboy with an American mastodon crossing the road at night.
Oh man, this takes me back to the days where I was living in rural Colorado. Wasn't necessarily mastodon, but elk get pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good. Really, I think this is a really great piece. I got to talk to Triloboy a lot about this one.
Yeah.
This is basically something you'd see across any just country road or highway out in northeast coast. I'm really glad that he went in and painted the inside of the car.
Oh,
he was working off
yes.
of a photo that he took
Yes.
at night while he was driving.
Yeah,
It really helps pull the whole thing together.
Yeah,
I agree.
absolutely. Also, that the road is not completely straight and everything. There's a little wonkiness to it, and
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just typical of our roads up here.
Yeah,
For
no,
sure.
the potholes
It's-
are definitely.
It could have
part
used a
of the
couple more
whole-
potholes.
Yeah.
Part of the growing up in America sort of experience.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then over the radio comes, on the road 66 we have again some mastodons migrating south. Watch out.
Knowing our
No.
stuff, you wouldn't even get an announcement for that. It would just
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
yeah.
We get something like this over here on the radio. Oh, damn.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
For
like,
what?
that's courteous.
Yeah, when toads or frogs are migrating, we actually close off roads and stuff like that. And
Oh, we don't do that at all.
No, we don't.
Oh no, the toads have to get lucky.
No, we invite the local children to get their BB guns and shoot as many of them as they can. Basically.
I have never
Yeah.
heard something more American.
Yeah.
Something like this, your best bet for how this is going to work out is the person is going to stop and put on their hazard lights until the herd has moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. What do you want to do? I mean, ramming it will just total your car. Probably not even.
Nope.
I mean, probably
mean,
injuring
that's-
the elephant, but
That car should be in reverse at this point, in my opinion.
Oh,
If
yeah.
at all possible.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, we've all seen aggressive elephants in safari trucks. You know,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
seen that conflict so many times. I would not want to intervene in that situation.
Plenty of videos from India on elephants on roads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I have a picture from when I was living in Canada. Just put it in the Discord chat. I encountered a moose on the road at one point. That's exactly what I did. Stopped, put it in park, put on the hazard lights, and just let it cross.
How large would you estimate it was?
That's a teenager.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
a
small.
Sub-adult, so
Yeah.
not even fully grown, but still big enough that I would not want to smack into that with my
No, absolutely not. I love this one. This is cute as hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ambi
Ah,
always
yeah.
does adorable artwork.
Ambi has the roundest of shapes.
oh
Mhm.
yes. There's this is so ambi. It can't get more ambi.
Yeah,
Also,
unfortunately,
there's
Ambi's
a
probably
lot of
full right now.
little details in here. We can't even go over all of them. It's
Yeah, I really appreciate the brochure format. It's just that's something we don't see a lot.
Yeah.
And especially for like a local event featuring the animals, it's like it fits in real well.
That's the thing for me is like so much of what's interesting about this is the intersection of organisms and human culture and the way our relationships with them. And this just so beautifully illustrates the different types of fucked up or otherwise relationships that we have with the natural world today in a really kind of cute way.
I think
Yeah.
I think we forgot to remind Ambi to put words in there for their final submission.
Oh, sample text. Yeah.
Uwu, sample text. Remind me to put words here.
Under lots of food, lorem ipsum. This is the best part of the festival.
You know,
what?
I think this
wouldn't
makes it
put him
actually
as
better.
actual people to like
Uh-huh.
design some. I've seen event brochures with that kind of stuff in it on accident.
Oh my
But this is also like kind of perfectly in character for Ambi.
100%. If you look in the
yeah,
top left
yeah.
corner
I mean,
under the
just the
L where
name of the
Derpy.
resort here, Paleozoic Resort.
there's also a mention to the Florida Paleo Rangers, and they've been doing
Oh
that
yeah,
series for a while.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cute as hell. I love it.
Yeah. Also, oh, here's this little thing he has. Oh wait, no, that's ice cream.
Oh, and
Oh,
it's served in a little fish-shaped
I
ice cream
first thought
cone.
the little fish
Yep.
had a mask on.
Yeah, those fish-shaped ice cream cones are a real thing too. Like not just
Oh really?
on the animal.
Oh yeah, they're big
Yeah.
in LA and New York for sure.
Oh, have to look out for them. Yeah. By the way, this is based on a fish that isn't described yet. It's from Beer Gulch, And what was it? It was a
Its nickname is El Weirdo, I believe.
yeah, that's where this comes from. El Weird Derpy.
It looks like a lumpsucker rockfish kind of situation.
Yeah. Now the interesting thing is
Caribbean?
it's technically a shark.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
cartilaginous.
Yeah, or at least a
Wow.
chondristian. Yeah.
Cool.
It's very, very bizarre. That's why it's called El Weirdo.
Yeah. When did this species this particular line of cartilaginous fish like vanish?
Oh,
It's hard to say, especially with the
what is beer
record
gulch?
of cartilaginous fish being what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hard to say indeed. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, back in the days, they just experimented with lots of different forms before actinopterygians took over these niches.
So what material has been found in this particular species?
It's a complete
so far?
specimen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture.
In the meantime, I'm carrying on to the next road incident.
Oh, I love this one.
Dino speculation,
Oh, love it.
with some Titanoceratops crossing the road and leaving stuff on the roads.
What is that?
That's a piece of poop.
Okay,
Run
that's
over.
kind of been smudged.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I love this one so much.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, it was inspired by this moose fences that are sometimes along the roads to keep them from running on the roads, but sometimes they just don't care and tear them down
Totally.
and go on the road anyway. And of course, the Titanoceratops would not be bothered at all by the little flimsy
No.
fence like that.
No. And are those like filaments?
Oh
on
yeah,
the
they are
back?
filaments all over the animal, with some
See the
ice in
ice
them.
hanging off of some of them.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Even some eyelash-like filaments here with eyes on them.
I love it. I love it so much. I mean, Titanoceratops is, as alongside Pentaceratops, is my favorite ceratopsid. So this piece is a big favorite of mine.
Yeah, very cool. Also, here's a hint that there are quite a few more specimens around.
Mm-hmm.
So this might be just the tip of the frozen horn here.
Frozen horn. Yeah.
Yes. So the person who drew this Dino speculation says it's based off of moose fence of New Brunswick in Canada.
Cool.
Nice. Oh yeah, there's El Weirdo in chat. Look at that.
El weirdo.
Hello, El Weirdo.
Okay, next is by Impulse. This has a lot of details in here.
Uh-huh.
It looks
so
simple at
chill.
first, but the longer you look, the more you will see.
Uh-huh.
The most obvious is, of course, here's the Arthropleura as a pet. But then here, even on the newspaper, there appears to be a little Anomalocaris. Opabinia with Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pet the Vivaxia.
I love that little sign.
What is the image on his hoodie, you think?
Oh, that's a
platinum?
jawless fish.
Okay.
It's probably something aspis.
Yeah, something with aspis.
Yeah.
Galliaspid is what Impulse says
Yeah.
in chat.
Yeah. There's... Oh, I haven't seen this one yet. This is... Oh, God.
The,
What are these things called again? Crustacean. Weird ones. From Solnhofen, I think.
Impulse says Arion.
Ah, yeah. Exactly. Diplocolus kite, of course. Adstarchus in the sky. Hypertropterus on the beach. This little dromaeosaur, I think. Or Archaeopteryx. This might be a orthocone or
that-
something?
How do you call that? Is it a teleplandactus? I can't remember the name right now. You know what I'm talking about? It's got like a spoonbill type beak to it. The thing on the rock back
these
there?
are
Atopodentatus.
Atopodentatus.
Yeah. Is that what
Yeah.
that is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's actually a reference to one of my pieces, which I did for the publication of this guy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I really love the details in here. It's very cool.
Definitely.
Next one by Miragaia art. Whereas I'm not quite sure if this is something like a post-apocalyptic or actually still thriving civilization.
This is intended to be post-apocalyptic. If you look down at the bottom left-hand corner, that building sign.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean?
I don't want to speculate.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Totally not Joshua clones.
but,
Absolutely not.
The animal being featured is Chunguraptor.
Yeah. Also here you get your daily dose of Spream. We have some mammoth
And-
cube on top.
Oh, mammoth cube, yeah.
Oh, with some
Cube
little
HQ?
birds even sitting on the tusks.
Is that the imprint of a person on the side of the cube?
Kind of looks like
I
it.
think
It does-
that
it
might
looks
be
like it.
coincidental. Also, you never know.
Never know.
Oh, up here we have a Microraptor sitting on the line and some more Ctenochasmids. Like the one down here. There's a lot going on here.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. Really liking it.
I wonder how far post-apocalyptic. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of cheeky stuff that doesn't really tie into any semblance of reality here, like the mammoth cube and everything. But I'm curious just what the time scale is for this level of post-apocalypse.
It can't be that long. I mean,
Yeah.
the buildings are they've still got
Right?
window panes.
Right?
Intermediate time in Spream canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just noticed these two buildings here in the background, how wonky the windows are. I love it.
Woohoo.
Yeah. No, I mean, how long did it take Pripyat to get in the state that it's in right now? Because that was only in the 80s. And, well, it's in a much bigger state of disrepair than this.
Yeah.
I think it can't be that long because otherwise you would see a lot of shattered windows and so on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
Might
I'm
be-
just curious.
Might be a virus that wiped us out overnight.
Imagine
That's a
that.
terrifying thought.
There's a very good book called The World Without Us that goes...
Which I have right next to me right now,
Nice.
actually. Yeah.
And it goes through all these details, what would happen if you would suddenly vanish from first few minutes until several million years in the future.
It's a fantastic book.
Yeah, I especially loved the detailed description of what would happen just a few years after our vanishing in New York. How all the different little rivers that are
Oh,
in
yeah.
the underground would come to the surface again, and all the invasive plant species and so on that would take over.
Love it so much.
Yeah, very much recommend that to everybody in chat. This piece by Delta Venator shows a Pelagornis trying to take off in a park and apparently failing because its wingspan is just so large. And also this green liquid coming out of the bottle looks really nasty.
Oh, that's just Mountain Dew.
Yoo-hoo, Mountain Dew.
Okay, I never drank Mountain Dew, so I wouldn't know.
Don't.
Do yourself a favor and don't go for it again. If you have the opportunity. Just don't.
I will keep that in mind. Yeah,
Only Americans can drink it.
I believe you. I really like this because it shows how our modern day world might be a hazard to these animals, like with the plastic here around the feet and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
Not
here's a
being able to
little,
stretch.
I think, Aulacephalodon coming out of the ground, looking what is going on. It's really nice. Oh my god, and here... Oh my god, it's a Pycnodontiform
Oh, that's cute.
as a logo. I love it. Just see that now. Also, I don't know if this is just a kite or really a pterosaur that got tangled in a line here.
Huh.
Something I don't really want to know, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
I love the
there's a
little
lot of.
stickers on the pole.
Oh yeah. Oh here, our server logo, and little trilobite sticker. Nice little microraptors here. Beautiful little piece. Also nice to see something that is not sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really nice piece.
Would you say this looks like Europe?
It reminds me of growing
Could
up in
be.
Ketchikan, except that there's deciduous trees instead of conifers.
Mm.
Could be
So
Europe, could be some more European part of the US.
could be Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or especially specifically European part of Asia.
Hmm.
Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, this looks very much like autumn over here.
Mm-hmm.
Very rainy. Not pleasant. This one is more pleasant. Shrimp, the speed croucher, posted this little very quick piece that shows an Adstarket flying by at high speed with a photo taken apparently with a phone.
Okay.
I would say. Probably from a funny TikTok video,
Mm-hmm.
I would guess. This will probably be the first images we get from Pterosaurs returning to our time.
A lot of shots like that, I would imagine.
Yeah, just zooming by. And what the hell? That was not a bird.
You get so many people claiming it was Mothman.
Yes, yes. Maybe they are among us already. Next one is not that urban, although we have a little bit a community here in background, but Ziats trying to go after some camels apparently.
Fortunately,
not
that
nice.
person is likely dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the species is Seats?
Yes, Ziats is the genus.
Yeah.
Species I don't know, but
Genus, yeah.
yeah. And it appears to be nighttime, so that's a nice aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm again not sure what culture we. Oh wait, no, Ziats is a username. What? But
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this might be actually Ziats as well.
Well, if it's a one-humped camel, we're probably in North Africa or the Arabian Peninsula, because I believe
True.
the two-humped camels are only from Asia.
Yes,
But those are saguaro cactuses, it looks like, no?
true.
Oh no. Where is it? Location ambiguous.
Yeah.
We shall not further speculate on this.
Yeah. Any speculation as to what the species is beyond Seats? Or genus, rather?
Oh, I mean, it could be. It looks like a Dinosaur. So
Yeah. One of those.
yeah. Big non-Tyrannosaur meat eaters.
Mm-hmm.
Another garbage man.
This time it's an Albertosaur.
Yay! Yeah,
Aren't there two Albertosaurs going through the trash? I feel like there are two.
I
with
think
that
there might be
prompt.
two of these pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one by Bear Wrangle. The trash man taking out the trash.
It's
As a
very
pet.
cute. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very
when
much-
I was growing up in Alaska, we would joke about taking people who hadn't been to Alaska or hadn't been there recently to go see the bears at the local zoo, which of course was the local municipal dump because that's where the bears would congregate.
yeah.
I think we
Love
have
it.
such a piece as well in here. I think this is it. Or is it? It's the photo isn't. Oh wait, no, this is a scan.
Yeah, it looks like the scanner might have eradicated some of the details.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of there's a lot of erasing going on, so it's not quite clear. But no, okay, so these are again trash cans by Dr. Maziaka, And this is a theropod? I think it might be. Looks like a juvenile Utyrannus.
That would have been my guess.
Judging by
And what is
face.
that? Like almost bipedal varanid or something I don't know what that is.
This might. I think that's something Triassic.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, something like Telocrator, I would say.
Yeah, it's
Going after a
unfortunate that
cat.
the scanner did a number on the line work here because there's some great motion that I can see.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's moving so fast. You only see after images. It's a shame. Maybe with some editing, you could bring this out a little bit more. But yeah, nice, another garbage piece. Also, I think this is a crocodile form tail here, coming out of the dumpster.
There's something to be said for the tremendous amount of trash content.
Yes.
In this.
Yes.
I think there's really something there to be said about this whole process and experiment.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this tells us a lot about society.
Yes.
We do live in a society.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Also, this next piece by Aiden with some Teratorns trashing a balcony.
Like a corporate lounge area or something.
Yeah.
I
We're
love it.
outside of a cafe.
Yeah.
Is that a little barking puppy?
That is.
Yes.
That's a little toy dog.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or it might be a juvenile dire wolf. Who knows?
Oh.
I don't know.
It's fully proportioned for a toy dog.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
They're good to see Teratorns, though.
Yes.
Mhm.
Surprisingly, not that much Teratorn art in this challenge, especially considering the amount of trash.
True. It would have been a golden opportunity to have some more Teratorn art.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of resources or plenty of pictures out there of eagles and other large birds of prey eating trash.
Yep.
Yeah. So what this reminds me of the most is, remember some months back where a bunch of California condors landed on some woman's house and decided to just trash it?
Yes.
Yes.
This is actually based on this.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that came. This was quite in time when this came out. I think it was just 2 weeks or so after that, and was still fresh in the memory of people. So I'm glad that it made it into the challenge.
Was
Yeah.
that only like 2 months ago?
I think so.
Time is a weird soup.
Yeah, I lost any feeling for time at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the joke around here is that every day is Blur's day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, and we're moving on to one of my
Oh,
favorites.
I love it.
This piece is something we I think all waited for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It shows what would probably happen if you had a little Maniraptoran. It would probably behave quite cat-like.
So, do we think that cone is to prevent it from plucking, or from pulling at stitches, or what do we think that cone's purpose serves?
I don't think. I mean, the image doesn't give you any hints.
There's no context, but
It's all about the emotion.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preventing it from pulling stitches though makes sense, especially if it had been in a scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that attitude, I can easily see that I would have gotten in a scrap.
Oh, absolutely. These little fuckers would probably come home all the time full of little injuries.
Totally.
Can't let your Maniraptorans outside.
They are
can't.
bad for the ecology.
I love it.
They totally trash a place. I mean, we have actual evidence for Microraptor eating little birds and lizards and mammals and basically everything in the ecosystem they could get. So fits cats very well.
Mm-hmm.
Also the expression.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is a little bit hard to see.
But when you see it...
But after some time, you might realize there is something lurking in the shadows here in this piece by Supergod.
Yeah, that's not a streetlight.
Mm-mm.
Lucidum.
Yeah. A massive Pterosaurus visiting a playground, probably for the slide.
I would love to see a short film of just a child entering this playground at night and encountering a Therizinosaur on its own. That would just be such an incredible moment to see in this context.
Yeah. That would have been a really good concept for another short film for Jurassic World, like this Battle at Big Rock. Maybe with a little bit less violence.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see it unfolding where you've got like a parent taking their kid out to, expend a little bit of energy before bedtime, and they don't notice that a Therizinosaur snuck in to start scratching itself like a bear.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Totally.
Rubbing itself against a tree, and the wood tree is shaking.
Or against the swing set.
Oh, yeah.
Pushes the slide over. Yeah.
Crumpling the entire playground.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then maybe a horde of little chicks, like just a half a meter tall, coming with them and totally trashing the rest of the playground.
Well, that would then put the humans in substantial danger, I would imagine.
Oh,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. I mean, you could hide in one of these little houses they have sometimes.
I don't think that would do much against those claws if it really wanted to go after it.
Who knows? Oh, here it is.
Here it is.
By Camdill. Showing off, I think, no wait, it's not Shantungosaurus, this is Edmontosaurus. You see the feature scales here on the neck. Going after a jack-o'-lantern.
Love it.
It is the season again.
Yeah, and it's such a perfect image for the season.
Yeah.
It's spooky, but still very naturalistic and kind of funny, and I think it hits all it balances everything it needs to do in a really satisfying way for me.
Absolutely. Again, as Grace said earlier, this was also inspired by some moose that love to go on front porches and just pick up everything they find there.
I believe that story came out of Fairbanks, which makes sense because Fairbanks has a fair number of interesting urban moose incidents. One of the stories that we used as a reference was Buzzwinkle. Buzzwinkle was an elderly male moose who wandered into the city one winter, earned his name by eating some fermented fruit off of trees in a public park. Got a bunch of Christmas lights tangled up in his antlers.
Oh, I love them.
And was apparently smart enough to understand what crosswalk signals meant because he would cross alongside. He would make use of them to cross safely. Yeah, although to my knowledge, nobody had a prehistoric creature with Christmas lights hanging off of it.
That would have been really interesting. But I think it's not the season yet, so it wasn't on people's mind.
On the mind so much, yeah.
Yeah. Next we have one of my absolute favorites.
Oh yes.
Florida man caught illegally feeding a white-head tennis resists arrest. His response to the incident being, "He's a good bird, and he loves burritos."
As a Florida man who's lived so many Florida mans, this really, really deeply resonates me in a profound way.
It's just so beautiful. This man
is a good bird and he loves burritos.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Look at this bird. You can clearly see that this bird loves burritos.
Absolutely.
You can't deny that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
His hunger for burritos is vibrating in the air.
So I believe the mugshot was created from an AI generated face.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wondered about that. Nice. But I think this is a real Florida man
Yeah.
account.
Twitter account image. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. This is excellent. One of my favorites by far.
Yeah. I mean, that would have fit perfectly into your episode with the Dinosaurus.
Exactly. I mean, that's my interest, is this sort of thing. So I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Humans being idiots, animals just being animals.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Also followed by humans being humans. Although in this case, not a Homo sapiens apparently, I was told.
Mm. Oh, really? It's Neanderthal?
Yeah, it's a Neanderthal cuddling with a Smilodon, inspired by these people who raise lions and then have into their adulthood an intimate relationship with them.
Well, I've seen several Neanderthals with like top buns in their hair. What is that, a meme? Is that a thing? Is there some type of significance behind
that was Jacosaur who created that meme. His piece is also in here.
We'll get to Jack later.
Yeah.
That's also one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think that got over 1,000 likes on Twitter or something.
Mm-hmm. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that when we get to that. Let's talk about fangs.
Yes. Oh yeah. Let's stay with fang. Oh wait, I'm getting called. Yeah. Oh god. Wait. A mouse got into the house because of a cat. I'm back in a second.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's not a Microraptor.
Cat brought home a friend.
Let's see. Can I cue up the intermission music?
I don't think so.
Like, can I set my source for sound?
Oh my.
I don't want to get this demonetized. Okay.
We're not even monetized to begin with.
I know. Okay, I just have my microphone and something called default for my input device, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to troubleshoot this live on air, but it would be really funny.
So anyway,
yes.
Neanderthal and saber-tooth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Smilodon, presumably.
Believe so. Is Fang in chat? And Zach says it might be a Homotherium would make more sense geographically.
Yeah. Speaking, I think it's interesting. It's got the one white paw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the saber teeth aren't quite as long. So yeah, that does read Homotherium to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based off of one of those dude with big cat videos.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm back. I got it.
Yay!
Yay!
She was very lively still, so I brought her outside. Yeah, Caribou, our black and white cat, is loving hunting.
Oh no!
Bringing some mice, at least one per day.
Oh no!
Yep. Okay, thanks, please. Next, Derpy ducks, or also known as digital duck.
Oh god, this one killed me.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Really
Oh,
cool
it's
seeing
so
the
wonderful.
3D
Yeah.
piece.
I think he had the renderer already beforehand. I mean the model beforehand, but the overall shot and everything is completely
The
new.
composition's sublime. It's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, also the model is just so pretty. You can zoom into every scale and everything. It's so well done.
So good.
Yeah. Also really like the overall lighting here with the backlights here and
I actually released a shriek when I saw this image for the first time.
oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, it fits super well because it's so hyper realistic.
Absolutely. And actually, my favorite shot in the entirety of that Fallen Kingdom film is the shot of the raptor in the headlights of the parked car up against the forest. I don't know if that sticks in anyone's memory that it may or may not have seen that film, but it's very similar to this, and I love that.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pulling a comment from the chat, Ida mentions that it really gives you a sense of scale for these animals. And that is true. As somebody who's worked on Triceratops before, preparing them, sometimes I forget the scale of Triceratops until I'm working on them again.
Yeah.
And then I remember, oh, right, this thing was not car-sized. It was semi-trailer sized.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, Styracosaurus is, of course, a little bit smaller, but still
big.
Yeah, it's enormous. I mean, you in your head you always have ceratopsians as medium-sized dinosaurs because there are all the sauropods, but compared to modern day fauna, they are still
fucking huge,
just enormous.
Yeah, I remember working on some trichverts that were probably third of a meter long, at least.
Damn.
Yeah, of course they have very tall neural spines, but still, it's like, oh, right.
Yeah.
This thing is a monster. This thing is gigantic.
I hope that we get over the next year's finally description of the Yoshi trike.
Ooh.
With these extremely long horns and everything. I mean, the mount they have. I think where did they mount it? Not the Black Hill Institute. What museum was it? I can't remember right now. The one off by Jack Horner is, I think. The museum where he works. The mount is a little bit wonky. But the material they have is substantial, and I hope that gets some proper description.
That's
in the
exciting.
near future. Okay, going on to this little piece by Cool Guy.
Oh, I love this one too.
Of a little tapijeret sitting on someone's hand here. Someone who is apparently trained to do that because they have these big leather gloves to hold these pterosaurs in place. I'm not sure how well that would work with a pterosaur, but I like the idea
because of its distribution of weight and support.
Yeah. Also,
what?
Just in terms of how well you could handle such an animal. I mean, of course, we know it works with birds.
Be a little awkward.
And reptiles.
It would, at least to me, it seems like it would almost be like trying to hold a cat on your forearm.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which might work with the right cat, but...
Yeah. I have held cats like that. Or similar to that.
I mean, I've seen so many handlers handle like arboreal animals like that, before.
Yeah.
The question here is just like the physiology of this animal is fundamentally wildly different from any other arboreal or avian animal, really. So I don't know how well it would be able to be held in that sort of position.
Yeah.
I could totally see the temperament.
Yeah, I think it would go well with a tapijeret, at least better than with an Atstarkid of the same size, just because they have these big hooked claws.
Yeah,
that show that they were probably at least partially arboreal. So
and they're believed to have been largely frugivores, right?
Yeah,
at
least partly. Yeah. So
yeah.
And I mean, the colors are like hornbill colors too.
Oh yeah.
So just a little detail I want to point out because I very much appreciate it is the little pteroid bone that you can see on the between the membrane.
It's something that many forget. Little element here.
Yep.
I've prepared at least one of those, and so I appreciate it. I appreciate the attention to detail.
Yeah, absolutely. They are often forgotten, and unfortunately, they don't preserve that often as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're tiny, they're delicate, they're hollow, and when you do find them, they're squashed flat.
Yeah. Next piece is by Wobbly.
Oh, I love it.
I love this one.
Piece.
Yeah.
The colors and the lighting are super good.
Yes, yes, this very soft edge lighting here, and some
Well, for me-
movement in it. It's
This one for me,
it's the interaction.
yeah, this one for me really reads as like urban prehistory. This one really feels decidedly like urban ecosystems developing. You know, I love
This
it.
is something I
Absolutely.
could see going down at my local Walmart parking lot. So here in Austin, Texas, we have great-tailed grackles,
Oh yeah.
and they're kind of like how I imagine microraptors to be. And they can get quite obnoxious, but I don't think I've ever seen them fight over a takeout box before.
You haven't lived, let me tell you.
I mean, it's also this is obviously China, as you can see from the sign here, which I think is a beautiful detail, by the way, because it places the animals actually where they were found. And of course, in China, you would probably have much more of these takeout boxes to compete over.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the poses here and the movement and the tail and stuff.
Sign and the chain link fence, it's all wonderful.
Yeah. Also, it really looks like not clouds, but more like smog. So that fits very well. Okay, next, one of the first
Yes.
submissions we had.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Love it.
love the story here.
I believe the title was 10 Seconds Before Disaster.
Yeah.
Yes. A piece by Soria Zoikilus, with an unsuspecting man trying to feed a Sinosauropteryx on the backside of a restaurant with some leftovers, not knowing that the family is waiting nearby.
I really love this one because it's like a 21st interpretation of the Jurassic Park meme of what the Procompsognathus is, as this like ravenous, pack-oriented predator scavenger machine. So I love seeing this, again, 21st century representation of what that behavior could look like in this sort of context.
Yeah. It's much more
just love-
realistic also than after
Of course.
than going after a human-sized prey item.
Yeah.
I love the eye shine. It's so perfect.
Yeah. Also, what is here in the background? It says, "Oh, this is from the camera thingy here.
Yeah.
The date or something."
Yeah,
Ah.
Oh,
Okay,
they're
nice.
Chat's
nice.
posting the video of a person being mobbed by raccoons.
Oh wait, I have to see this. Jumping to new. Oh yes, that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Love it.
Ooh, a more quiet piece this time by Joel Field. With some.
it's very adorable.
Very sweet.
I love the atmosphere of this one.
Yeah.
I like the heads of the little characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, this takes me back to when I was still living in Alaska as a little kid. Going down to the docks and fishing off of them or getting onto a boat.
Yeah.
Or just looking because there was nothing else to do.
I've never been to Alaska, but the waters there are very, very lush and productive, right? There are a lot of biodiversity there.
Yeah, not generally off the docks themselves, but
Right.
yeah, I mean, we did subsistence fishing, if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
Partially because the local grocery store was over 20 miles away,
Sure. Yeah.
but partially because it was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also reminds me of Ponyo a little bit. I don't know if any of you
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of Ponyo vibes. Like two kids hanging out, look at these mysterious ancient fishes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not familiar with that. What
Oh,
is
it's a Studio Ghibli film, Miyazaki film.
Oh, wait, I think I have seen clips of that. Yeah. No,
we
I
can show it again sometime in the
very,
server.
very much like this. Also, you see here the bristles coming to the surface, so you can see there's another one out of sight. Also, nice attention to detail here. They have claspers, so you can see these are actually all male.
Yeah.
Very nice touch. Ooh, next is...
Oh, this was one of our very first entries.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's based on a true story.
Yes.
Gotta be. This has happened to quite a few people on the
Oh, yeah.
coastline.
Yes. It's so beautiful.
Especially in England.
Oh, yeah. At least the British media want to tell you that.
Yeah, that's the narrative that they like. Yeah.
Yeah. Monstrous
little
gulls
caption on
raiding
the,
small, innocent people.
Yeah, I love this one. Total joy. It was immediate source of joy for me the moment I saw it.
Oh, yes. Yes, also great work of having two pieces basically in one.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this?
Very, very clever. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just love this meme.
Yes, that sign won't stop me because I can't read.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I looked at this 100 times and I'm it still cracks me up every time.
Super good. Everything about it.
Yep. So nice. Next one, in a similar vein, this one by
Oh,
Rick.
Recreation of a meme.
A classic.
Absolute classic. Rick thought about this for a very long time. We threw tons of inspiration at him, but he was always like, really? Would that work? But finally he decided he wanted to do Hippotripterus raiding some store together with some other Eurypterids. Also, the question is here, would they be alive? I mean, we know that Hippotripterus could go on land, but these guys, I think these are Eurypterus itself, probably would die outside the water. But I love this. I think it's inspired by
The
isopod image.
Yeah, isopods
yeah.
posed
Yeah.
together with some chips or Doritos.
Yeah, legendary.
Yes. And it works so well with Eurypterids. It's unbelievable. Also,
Yeah.
oh my god, I just now noticed Eurypterid chips are sold here.
I wonder if they taste anything like shrimp chips.
Good question. Now I am hungry.
Yeah, now I want shrimp chips.
Want some
Why did I say that?
Doritos.
Yeah, I didn't have shrimp chips in years. Damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, there it is.
Yes, I want to
The
talk about
legend.
this one.
Here it is.
The
Because when
legend.
Jackosaur posted this, I was like, oh my gosh, I have seen that person before walking the trails around Austin.
Yeah, I think many of us have met this specific Neanderthal at some point in their life.
You've seen this guy
Yeah.
in the city walking around.
For sure.
Well,
Blending
the
in.
thing
He's out
is,
there.
in Austin, you can't narrow down a person's description by saying, okay, they've got red hair and they're kind of stockily built, they're tattooed, ripped jeans,
Shit.
man bun. It does not narrow down anything at all.
Yeah, I believe that.
My god, it's just like this meme. How do you know how little that narrows it down? But yeah,
Is this
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask, is this particular format and design and this character and this context, is this an existing meme that's sort of like evolving in some way that I'm unaware of, or is this something else?
No.
Jackosaur was the first
Mm-hmm.
to post this. So the overall format is specific to him. He does this with his big letters and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, yeah.
Cool.
I think it originated
Oh, yeah.
here. And I was very happy when he posted that because I was wondering if somebody would do something with non-Homo sapien human species.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually-
another great little I was
go
gonna say
ahead.
another great little detail is the tattoo is based on, I don't remember which site. specifically,
Lascaux.
but
yeah.
it is cave art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's rad.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I actually had one of my ideas that I was toying with was showing kind of a gang war between Homo sapiens and something like Homo erectus, also in some African suburb. Also
Wow.
was something that I was considering, but in the end I settled with something more simple.
Yeah.
Also might have been a little bit controversial, but
No question about that. Yeah.
yeah. But I really would love to see at some point media trying to tackle modern day interactions between different human species.
Hominids. Yeah.
I mean, similar to
I
what they did
imagine-
in this razor shitty movie Bright.
Yeah, well, so for me, I've been going down a long road of just looking at neurodiversity, and there are so many hypotheses about, the intermingling of Neanderthal and
Yes.
Homo sapiens DNA and how that may have resulted in the different neurologies throughout the population. So yeah, that's a really fascinating sort of exploration for me personally.
Yeah, there is, I think, quite a bit of potential, and I think it would be really, really hard to tackle this in a way that it doesn't become cheesy or offensive. But I would like somebody to try that
Yeah.
at some point. Yeah. Next is by Neat, showing a Volibona venatrix Spinosaur from Spain, going after somebody's dinner.
Not the paella.
Not
no.
the paella.
Love it.
No.
Beautiful little piece. And as you see, he also brought some friends,
Oh no.
which
Got a lot
would
of
be.
character.
I mean, this would be really, really frightening. This animal would be like 7 meters long.
Yeah.
So, damn, like a saltwater crocodile trying to get your barbecue.
The Paella dragon.
So, oh yes. Somebody write that down. That's the official new name for Valibona venatrix. Most people can't remember that
dragon.
name because it's not it doesn't roll off the tongue so nicely. But
Yeah.
Paella dragon might do the
Paella venatrix.
Paella, yes. Oh god. Next is a little piece by Dave. He too thought a long time about what he wanted to do, and last minute he settled for Arthropleura in a very large terrarium with a dark figure looking into it.
That's definitely these days like the most popular enormous terrestrial arthropod these days, right? I mean,
Yes.
how many times is it in this? It's like 2 or 3 times, I feel
Always
like.
has been.
Yeah, it's a beloved friend.
Yeah,
I do believe we're going to get another large non-Arthropleura arthropod later, though.
Oh yeah, I think
good.
it's the last piece actually.
Oh.
Yeah. El the monkey posted this very brutal piece of a horribly
yeah.
grinning hunter that apparently just killed a Tyrannosaur.
Having lived in very rural areas, can confirm that this is a thing that people do.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Must be some rich dentist.
No, not even
No,
like
like-
like in Florida, we had a wild boar problem where people were getting gored all the time by these like monster kaiju pigs.
I mean,
And,
it
like,
depends on the context. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had to send hunters out, and for like months, you would just hear gunshots and squealing coming from the forest. It was like
Oh,
a war.
gosh.
It was really devastating. Yeah.
I believe there's a picture of me with my first deer when I was 16, but I don't know where that's located, and I don't think I would inflict that on you guys.
Thank you.
For what it was worth, though, it was delicious.
That's good to know.
I believe it.
Okay, this one is at first sight a little bit cryptic. It's a piece by Corbin, and is our first piece here of pixel art. And it shows a colony of Nemicolopterus coming out of the wall.
Cute.
You see here the little individual, and this huge mass in the middle is just similar to bats, a clumped up mass of these little pterosaurs coming out out of the wall.
That's a bit of popular meme throughout this project as well. Is that just because they're defaulting to bats in this project, or is there any reason to suspect that is part of their biology?
There is not really a reason to assume that. I mean, there are a few pterosaurs where I could see this. And of course, it's hard to say sometimes because pterosaurs went to so much change in their ontogeny. So basically, every ontogenetic stage you can treat like its own species.
Yeah.
And these would probably be juveniles of something like Cynopterus.
Right.
I could see the babies of these guys clumping up huddled together for worms. I don't know if they would congregate in such large groups. But I like the idea.
I like the idea. I'm very curious about it.
Yeah. Also, this weird human here, just on the edge of the image, coming into frame, and looking a little bit like, what the hell? It's weird how this little piece of face still gives off an expression somehow.
Chat has decided that the person is a Caro.
Oh,
my god,
it's always
it
a
is.
Caro. Red hair, check.
Well,
long hair, check.
Yeah. Well, Akeo has to live with it now, since he's not here. Sprim's Fancy Dino posted this little piece. Again, something where photos and 2D art come together, with a diplodocus coming here into view. I think it's an allosaur looking over the wall here. And I think, are these passenger pigeons?
They could be.
They've got similar coloring.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't look like non-avian thingies. So my best guess would be passenger pigeon. Also, I love this little pteranodon here, apparently struggling with some modern day birds.
Getting mobbed, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. But yeah, I like that. I hope this is passenger pigeon, and that's a nice inclusion because we see mostly here very old taxa.
Absolutely.
And not so much recently extinct animals. This piece would have nearly left the server challenge again because Batman mindlessly just posted another piece after this, which was just a joke. And we were close to removing this again. Thankfully, we realized that it was a joke. So, this piece is still in here.
I thought we removed it as a joke.
Yes. I mean, this is also a joke, but a different one. A more serious joke. Showing...
Is this like a Kulosuchus or some type of amphibian situation?
Yeah, it's a temnospondyle. Beware of the temnospondyle.
Batman is famous for temnospondals.
Yes, probably some I think it's Metoposaurus or Mastodonsaurus, based on that.
Yeah,
it's real neat. I could see having this as a postcard hanging up on the wall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from Australia, something like that.
Where's the second Batman piece?
I didn't save it.
Aww.
But we might...
it's in the submissions.
It is in the submissions, yeah. Next here, something...
I love this one!
Quite interesting.
Okay, so the person who submitted this, Michael, and I are both living around the same area. We're both in the Austin area, and there is one feature in the city that attracts lots of tourists. And that is the Congress Street Bridge, because the Congress Street Bridge has an endemic colony of Mexican free-tail bats. And so in the evening, you can go out and watch the bats as they fly off to go hunting.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I mean, to my knowledge, it's the only really large bat colony in such a densely populated urban area, where you can witness something like this.
Yeah. So in addition to
really
that,
cool.
Michael decided to feature the Onion Creek mosasaur, which was found in Onion Creek, obviously, which is also part of the city, part of the local watershed.
Yeah. I don't
So
think
he
it
made
would
it up-
be wise to still canoe down here with some
Yeah.
mosasaurs in the water, but
I mean, that won't stop some of these paddle boarders.
I mean, yeah, it's Texas at the end of the day.
Yes,
True.
Yeah.
it is Texas. No, I mean, I've seen people bow fishing in Lady Bird Lake, so it is what it is.
Yeah,
But I love that he's done it up like a little flyer or pamphlet.
I love it.
Yeah. I could really imagine them having little gift shops left and right of the bridge where you can buy plushies and stuff.
There's actually a sculpture on the opposite side of the bridge from where we're looking, of a bat in flight, and it's
Ooh.
also got the ability to rotate with the wind.
Whoa!
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So bats feature into the local iconography pretty heavily. Same thing with grackles.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very cool piece. Also, for people who want to read all of this, look on the server. It will be up there. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. It's not the last one because we go up and down in serpentines. This one is by Zach, who had the fun idea to show a Meganura. Ruined the day for some bird watchers by killing a
Wolfing down at a kingfisher.
Right in front of them.
I love it.
Yes, especially because you can't see their faces, but you can really feel their
Pick up
gasp.
their- Yeah. Also, dude in the gray shirt appears to have like a skull sweatshirt, which feels appropriate.
Oh yeah. Oh, and you see the lady here being, oh my god.
Horrified, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this. I wish we had a few more of these. I would have loved to trade some of the trash pieces for more of these.
So Zach is clarifying the guy in the gray sweatshirt is holding binoculars.
Ah, okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the birders.
Yeah. Love it.
Very, very cool. Okay, next is by Fabricius. Very quick little piece showing
Fantastic.
something that was hinted at the very beginning of the stream here. Velociraptor killing pets. In this case, little kitty.
Yeah, feline comeuppance. The tables have turned, you know.
Indeed.
The birds have been at the mercy of these loose cats, and now, you know, there's been a paradigm shift.
It's once again a dinosaur world. Something that certainly would happen.
Delightful.
Indeed.
Very cool.
Next, something by the Sesame Tree. A very full piece here with lots of going on. We see Spinosaurus crossing under a bridge.
Yeah.
Baryonyx on the side. A Hesperon is in the water. Tons of Pterosaurs in the air. This might be somewhere in the Netherlands, I feel, because you can find such bridges there. But yeah, very, very charming, very, very frightening.
There's a little bit of whimsy to this that I like, and I wish I could see a full color version that I could like hang up as a picture.
Definitely. It's just kind of crazy how detailed and just like the line work.
Yeah, Yeah. We should
absolutely
maybe
insane.
mention this guy is 14 years old.
Wow.
Yes. Go follow him
Wow,
on
this-
Twitter.
Yeah, he's got something to look forward. We've got something to look forward to.
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Very important detail.
I love it. I just love the chaos of like fishing and when all the like the anhingas and cormorants and seagulls and all the other like sea lions are all wildly thrashing around competing for a glut of fish.
Absolutely.
And to see this is just a beautiful reinterpretation of that moment that I love.
Yeah. Lovely piece. A little bit more brutal piece, at least in what it implies, by Chiara Enning. A stranded mosasaur about to be blown up to get rid of its carcass.
Yes, this is a reference to the whale that was blown up on an Oregon beach in the 1970s.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have even a TV spot about this, so we can enjoy this absolute failure up to this day, because the whole beach was just covered in big chunks of whale for what, months?
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't just the beach. The chunks hit some of the cars in the nearby parking lot.
Yeah, there are incredible videos of this, like huge flunks of whale flesh just like slamming and crushing cars.
It's I have no idea who had the idea, but it's it is also so beautifully American. Oh, there's something in the way. Let's blow it up.
Yep. Yep.
Also, I really like the pattern here on the mosasaur. It's nice. I think it's inspired by tegus, or some small monitor lizards.
It's like somewhere between whale shark and monitor lizard, which
Yeah.
checks out. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what a mosasaur is.
Exactly. Yeah.
True. Yeah. I wonder if we one day will find a filter feeding mosasaur.
Maybe. No, I was just thinking. My way of introducing mosasaurs to people who don't know what mosasaurs are, it's like, imagine if a Komodo dragon was stretched into the shape and size of a whale.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good description. Next piece by Lorenzo is, I think, the only military-themed piece we have, which shows some, I think, Deinonychus being here prepared for probably hunting down something somewhere in the mountains of the Near East.
Yeah, this is like a reinterpretation of the Jurassic World series, it seems.
Yeah. Although this looks way more realistic use of a dromaeosaur than... Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to get any less realistic.
Yeah, it looks more like your typical dogs used in military for tracking down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So very nice. I also love the color scheme here with the low set sun, but still there's this cold of the snow in the shades, and very
It's
very
beautiful.
well done.
The brushwork is very suggestive and very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there aren't many details. True. It's a lot of big brush strokes, and yet it really comes across.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good way. Another fun thing with photographs
jeez.
by Skekdodo showing a dodo used in World War One. I have no. Wait, actually, this is our second military theme piece. I have no idea what a dodo would do there, but it is there.
Yeah.
Maybe as a mascot for the
Perhaps.
Could be.
for the battalion. Who knows?
Affix a bayonet to it.
True. I mean, if you could train a dodo to charge.
You could probably train a dodo to peck at least. Like, just put a knife on the mask and let it go.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the closest things that we'll probably ever have to axe beaks.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
True. Imagine your little axe bayonet on.
Oh no.
Skekdodo, in case you are in chat, do it.
Yeah, we need the bayonet edit.
Yes. Next piece, I think we are in the last row. Apparently there was something. I'm not familiar with this kind of American activity. Something with cars.
This is definitely American. So this looks like a variation on a county fair.
Yeah. Is it like a demolition derby?
Yeah, it looks like an escaped prize. Is that a diplodocid? Has made its way into the demolition derby.
Yeah, a big 40-meter long Barosaurus escaped.
Yeah, that's a blue ribbon on it, so that's a first place animal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's doing fine here. It's doing some demolition, so
It looks overjoyed.
Absolutely. Look at that face.
Yeah.
That is a sauropod that's been eating fair food.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Way too much sugar in fried food.
Yeah.
Way too much. Definitely laced with too much caffeine.
Give me the deep fry.
Oh, the face.
Beautiful. Also, I like these little waves here in the crest. That's a nice detail. I have never seen someone trying to do a shape pattern, basically, with these feature scales or soft tissue structures. Let's go to the beach for a change. A piece by Big Blindo showing a belly sore.
How placid.
It's like that cassowary image. Yeah.
Yes.
Which I love very much.
Yeah, you could really see these guys being like, oh my god, it's so hot, let's go to the beach. Steal some shade from these pesky humans.
Well, I know that I've seen pictures of lions in Africa where they're resting in the shade of a fixed-wing airplane.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, here's a shady spot. I will plop myself down.
Yeah.
And these hairless monkeys are just going to have to deal with it.
That's so typical cat.
But again, when something's that big and has that many sharp teeth, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
That's just their umbrella now. I do love the little crab in the corner too.
Oh yeah,
just,
yeah. It adds a cute little extra focal point.
Mm-hmm.
Bloop. Like on third viewing or so. Oh, there's something little.
Mm-hmm.
Something nice to return to. Ooh, this is probably our most interesting photo piece by Cyclops. Because this is not painting in, this is a sculpture. This is our second sculpture piece. This back when this was submitted, it wasn't quite finished, if I remember correctly. The finished image is, I think, now in the silent gallery on Discord. It's a little bit more defined now, but I really like that the combination here of I'm not sure if it's forced perspective or if it was really cut in here and
it's I'm pretty sure that's like a piece of paper in front of the model.
Yeah,
to mimic the wall.
Yeah.
The model itself has been posted. It's fairly small, so there is some forced perspective going on here, but it is really good forced perspective.
Yeah.
The composition of this is incredible. I love it so much, and also I'm obsessed with Edge Dark Kids eating children and that type of environment. And so this really speaks to me a lot. I love this one so much.
No, also it was just perfect in terms of lighting because you have this dark cloud behind you, so the light head and neck really standing out against. Otherwise, you have the light. Yeah.
It's so spooky. I love it so
Yeah.
much. And very natural. It just looks like such a natural image that you look
Yeah.
out into a California backyard and just see that critter like prowling through your backyard.
Yeah.
I have goosebumps just looking at it.
Yeah, you're just sitting on your front porch, playing some games on your phone, looking to the side and being like, oh yeah, another Quetzalcoatlus.
Yeah. 20 foot tall, hyper predator just prowling through looking for toddlers playing in the backyard. I mean, doesn't get any better for me.
Absolutely.
Always keep a broom on the back porch in case it decides to go after your dog.
Yeah.
Swat.
You know how like they have those like coyote vests for chihuahuas with all the spikes all over them?
Oh no.
Like kids have to be set out to play in the backyard like covered in like spike suits.
With spike collars, yeah.
Yeah, like spike helmets and like spike shoulders, all of that. I think that's
Fluorescent
incredible.
green and reflective tape.
I mean,
Yeah.
the problem would be it wouldn't really deter them from being picked up, but at least it would deter them from being swallowed, I think.
Right, and also it's kind of intimidating to have all those spikes. Like,
True.
I can see that sort of
Yeah.
deterring them from going for it.
Yeah. It would certainly be a frightening world to live in with these guys.
Absolutely.
Since they can cross continents and could pop out of nowhere anywhere in no time.
Love it.
And
Fantasy.
with this, I think we are on the last... Oh, no, not the last piece, actually. This is the second last piece. This was the last piece posted at all.
Yep.
And it shows a side of prehistoric animals in modern day, how it would certainly occur just by the fact that humans.
Yeah, this is one of those situations. If you've ever seen the things floating around about those really cursed videos with the people staging like, oh, we caught fish with Coke by having a dead animal be inside of
I hate it. Yeah.
a ditch
Yeah.
of dirt filled with water.
Yeah.
And I really like the effort they went through to put up all the thumbnails on the right side
Yeah,
of the YouTube screen. It's super well done.
Super well done.
absolutely. Yeah,
I think this is like, even though it was submitted after the deadline, this is probably one of my favorite pieces just because of the effort gone to put more interaction in the thumbnails on the right. The whole YouTube set, like screenshot format is really well replicated.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then for me, I'm just fascinated with people's relationships with animals or lack of relationships with the natural world. And, the commodification of those interactions through YouTube are endlessly fascinating to me. So this is like a wonderful psychological, ethnographical, ecological representation of that phenomenon that I think is really, really compelling and cool.
I'm also just showing in the real world equivalent to much length people will get for attention.
Oh yeah.
Just it's so bizarre to me that these videos exist.
Yeah. Depressing.
Yeah. As Raka said, this was submitted I think 2 days after the deadline ended, but I was like, oh, this is so great, I can't just let this out. So
I'm glad you made that decision.
Yeah, so we put it in anyway, and this brings us to our last piece, which is at the same time the first piece ever submitted by 6 Foot Turkey, and it shows a Columbia dormouse nesting in a toilet.
In a urinal stall, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Walk into a public restroom,
Yeah.
urinals there, animals in the urinal.
Yes, as you do. I think this was inspired by there exist these photos of marabou storks
Yeah.
on a toilet, as well as Komodo dragons or other monitor lizards inhabiting toilets. Probably going in there because it's warmer.
It begs to ask the question, bros, is it okay to stand next to someone while you pee if it's an animal?
I'm gonna say yes.
Good question. Although I'm not sure if I would be happy with that stare.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
Also, the question is if they would be happy with it, having you next to them.
Oh no, somebody's posting pictures that inspired it, and one of it is just a big flock of flamingos
In a bathroom.
in a public
Yeah,
bathroom.
the-
Yes.
Oh my
There's
God.
Yeah, so
And the storks.
these are all from Florida when there was a hurricane, and I think it was Zoo Miami, and they put all of their delicate, like large
Oh,
exotic
yes.
birds in restrooms until the hurricane had subsided.
Yeah, there are also some similar images from Second World War when there were bombing rains on Berlin, and all the zoo animals of the Berlin Zoo were evacuated. At least some of them, and some of the smaller ones were just put into. Were just taken by local citizens, basically.
It's so wild.
Yeah, and
Quite crazy.
with this piece here ends our little excursions into the world of hashtag urban prehistory. If you want to see more of this or more in detail, look into the event submission channel on our Discord, or just look at the hashtag on Twitter, because there are many of these pieces, and actually quite a few more pieces, because when people began to post these pieces online, others picked it up and produced their own versions of urban prehistory. Some of them very, very well done. I remember there was a giant prehistoric raccoon raiding some trash and then suddenly going after the viewer. So there is a lot more to discover, and I think this will probably not be the last time we see such images pop up.
Yeah,
online.
there's just so much to explore here. I mean,
Yes.
gosh.
Yes, and it shows a little bit of all the potential ways in which Jurassic World could have explored prehistoric animals in the wild.
Much more interesting, dynamic, and meaningful ways.
Absolutely, and let's hope for the third movie. Let's see what they come up with. But I think what we have seen here today is really hard to top. So
I could not agree more.
yeah. I mean, also to bring some of these to life, it would take probably double their budget. So
Yeah, for sure.
for just the sheer diversity we see here.
Yeah.
Although some things would be very easy, like this one.
This is a little
Yeah.
screenshot on
Uh-huh.
the phone.
Yeah, just a little tidbit on the side where somebody's looking at their phone like, in a shot, and they're sighing and being like, not again. And
So we are still voting on the next month's subject.
oh yes,
So if you would like to select a topic for next month, let's see, we've got, if it'll load, Spec Evo Drepanosaurids, environment where you draw extinct Pleistocene animals specifically sharing their environment with modern animals. So there was a bit of overlap for things like mastodon and modern day geese. There's an environment challenge where you draw sort of a Dinotopia-esque scene, style cubist. I would love to see cubist dinosaurs. So
Yes.
much.
Oh man.
And then another style challenge, monuments to the past. So that's drawings, paintings, sculptures of extinct animals / clades as open air monuments.
yeah. So imagine stuff like big monumental statue of a T-Rex on Times Square or something like that. And then the focus would be the stylization the thing would go through, because hyper-realistic wouldn't really work for such a sculpture. And
have
then
a-
also emulating the material like bronze or something.
Now you have an image of a stela featuring a two-pandactylid, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example.
As a clarification for some of the people in the voices chat, that would indeed be like extant animals who lived in the same time period in the same place. So during the
Yeah.
Pleistocene, the vast majority of animals that are alive today coexisted with extinct animals right up until the end of the last ice age.
Yeah. Also keep in mind that wouldn't just be ice age animals. For example, you would also have lots of the now extinct megafauna of Australia living together with animals that still live today. Or lots of the megafauna on quote-unquote megafauna on all these Pacific islands was still around. So, yeah. Okay, and I think with that, we end this little showcase stream. Thank you all for being here, and see you potentially on Friday when we have Flocking Together, for which I still have to put up a poll over the next few days. Okay.
Thank you so much for inviting me to participate in this. It was so fucking fun. It was a total dream, and I couldn't be more grateful to have participated. So thank you all so much for having me.
No problem, and it was a real joy to have you here. And
thank you.
Yeah. Looking forward to the next episodes of the podcast.
Yeah, me too. Coming soon.
For all people in chat who don't know Brian's NeoJurassic Podcast, check it out. It has its own website, but you can also find it on YouTube, Spotify. Where else?
Apple Podcasts, Podbean, basically anywhere you can find a podcast.
Yeah, everywhere where you can find good podcasts, and where it's not, then they don't have good podcasts. Evidently, but yeah. Okay. Good night, everybody, or good day, wherever you are. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Quickly looking on. Okay,